So we've got a matchup here that still has playoff implications for both teams, although the Indianapolis Colts are on life support, as not only do they need to win out, but they need their two teams that are ahead of them, both Jacksonville, who they're playing this week, and the Houston Texans, to lose out just to have a chance to make the playoffs here. So obviously, this game, it's important to both teams, but the Jags are really fighting for that AFC South title. They need to maintain their lead on the Houston Texans to, maintain their spot as the AFC South leader. If they lose and Houston wins, Houston will take over that position going into Week 18. So the Jags really need to win this one here. It's on the road in Indianapolis. We just saw Indy in prime time on Monday Night Football just get boat raced by the San Francisco 49ers, where their offense looked fine, but the defense had zero answers for San Francisco. They just could not stop the passing game for the 49ers, and I think that continues into this week. Historically, Indianapolis has struggled against Jacksonville. They are 3-17-1 against the spread versus Jacksonville. The Colts are 2-7-1 against the spread versus the Jags at home since 2015, while they have a winning record against the spread against all other teams. Trevor Lawrence, 7-5 against the spread in his career. On the road against division opponents, they've been averaging 25 points per game over their last 8 games. This is just a spot here where you have one team going in one direction and one team going in another direction. One thing I've learned is be careful about teams that were just recently eliminated from the playoffs. Although the Jags are not eliminated, they essentially are. And the Jags, they're 10-15 against the spread in their last 15 games. So they've really just been on a hot streak. And, when a team's on a hot streak like that, you kind of want to ride the wave with them. There's no reason to jump off the ship just because they're winning. That's a good thing. And they've been good against the run. Jacksonville, the only team in the NFL not to allow a player to rush for more than 75 yards in a game this season. So they've been good against what is the Colts. The only way they're really going to be able to do anything offensively is running the ball. Jonathan Taylor just has not looked like himself recently. I mean, Phillip Rivers played heroically in that game, but he looks like he's out there shot putting the ball. And that San Francisco defense has not been great. They obviously don't get much pressure on the quarterback. So Phillip Rivers had time to sit back there in the pocket and pass against the 49ers when they scored those points in Monday night. He's not going to have that kind of time against this Jacksonville team. Jacksonville can get after the quarterback. They know how to put pressure on the QB. And remember, they were averaging like 3 turnovers a game earlier in this season, so they could certainly have 1 or 2 interceptions, maybe some fumbles, cause some fumbles in this game that could really flip the script in this game and take the Colts out of their game plan of wanting to run in short passes with Phillip Rivers, which is essentially what happened against the 49ers. When they got down 21-7, they kind of had to abandon the run for the most part and rely on Phillip Rivers to throw them to victory, and that's just not going to happen. I just don't see Phillip Rivers, it's a nice story, it was cute for a while, but the reality is he's not the quarterback that's going to lead this Colts team to victory in this game. I really like Jacksonville here. So give me the Jags. It's -6.5. So give me Jacksonville minus the 6.5 in this one. And I really think they're going to win this game going away. I could just see this Colts team kind of packing it in the second half if things get out of control in this one. And Jacksonville just winning it by, 17 points. So give me the Jags minus the 6.5 in this AFC South matchup.